teachers' strikes erupting once again right across the United States. Significantly, this rebellion is being organised from below via social media and Facebook, with many protests and strikes organised outside and in opposition to the unions, which have systematically worked to straitjacket, isolate and betray the teachers' struggles. Without the World Socialist website's coverage, no one would be aware of these momentous upheavals, which are being driven by ever-deepening social inequality, creating a powerful commonality to teachers' demands. Against budget cuts and privatisation, against high-stakes testing and narrowing of the curriculum, increased workloads and performance reviews, for better staffing, including education support staff, psychologists and much needed nurses in schools. Teachers are not just fighting for themselves, but for the interests and rights of students, for the future of the next generation, which faces immense social and political challenges. In strike after strike, teachers and students are uniting to fight for a fully resourced and enlightened education, which constitutes the very foundation of a democratic society. Every day, in working class communities across the world, teachers confront the impact of the economic and social crisis in the classroom. Children who don't have enough to eat, from families who are living on poverty incomes, to students and parents who are suffering from drug addiction, mental health problems, trauma and other untreated illnesses. If a student's test results decline, teachers and schools are blamed for underperforming, creating conditions for closures and further privatisation. While teachers are told there's no money for public schools, billions are being funneled into the private school system. As a result of this, Australia now has one of the most unequal education systems in the world. In the public schools, the encouragement of critical thought, curiosity, creativity, physical skills and the engagement with the arts is increasingly being eliminated, taken over by a data-driven business model of standardised testing. What the government and authorities demand is the regimentation of young people educated in the spirit of passivity, conformity and obedience, to be work-ready for the military or for mind-numbing low-paid jobs in global corporations such as Amazon. Fearing a growing rebellion, Australian state and federal governments, assisted by the teacher unions, are attempting to intimidate, victimise teachers with legal restraints, confidentiality and gag clauses, and the prohibition of political discussion. Following last year's 10-year teachers' strike in Oklahoma, legislation is being prepared to punish teachers for striking and ban them for standing for office or campaigning for political candidates. Political discussion will be prohibited during the school day or while employed, and classroom discussion deemed controversial banned. In addition, teachers will be forbidden from opposing military and police recruiters in the classroom. Teachers are nevertheless insisting on their democratic rights. The right to raise our voices in opposition, for free speech, the right to debate, discuss, organise and communicate independently without government, state or union interference. And we insist on the right to access independent information, including an uncensored internet.
Having a speaker problem, microphone to the sound system.
Yeah. Having problems.
That's what happens to the Socialist Party. You don't pay peanuts.
Yeah.
In the midst of the recent 7-day strike in Oakland, California, teachers and students established their own rank and file committee, independent from and opposed to the Union and the Democratic Party that were preparing to sell out the strike. Yesterday, I received powerful greetings to this rally from the Oakland Rank and File Committee, which I would like to read. The Oakland Rank and File Committee to Defend Public Education sends greetings to the rally demanding freedom from Jullian Assange. We unequivocally defend the democratic right that ordinary workers have the right to be informed and make decisions on public matters. Assange and Chelsea Manning are being persecuted for their exposure of the lies and crimes of US imperialism. We reject the crude frame-up used to confine Assange to the Ecuadorian embassy and oppose all government efforts to censor the media and criminalise dissent. David Brown, on behalf of the Oakland Rank and File Committee to Defend Public Education. Last week, teachers and education support staff at Footscray City Secondary College here in Melbourne passed a resolution endorsing the Socialist Equality Party rallies in Sydney and Melbourne, demanding the government immediately act to free Assange. This is the second time in the last 9 months that Footscray teachers have come to the defence of Assange, reflecting the growing intransigence of teachers everywhere. The resolutions were moved by teachers associated with the Committee for Public Education and the Socialist Equality Party. This powerful political lead from Footscray and Oakland teachers must be extended and broadened. Leaflets must be widely distributed at schools, universities, tapes and factories, transforming this growing oppositional sentiment expressed here at the rally into an international political movement of workers and youth. A movement that will win freedom for Jullian Assange and Chelsea Manning and all the democratic and social rights of the working class, including the right of every student for a free, high-quality public education. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue. Our final speaker today is Evram Yaskin, leader of the Socialist Equality Party's youth movement in Melbourne, the International Youth and Students for Social Equality, or as we know it, the IYSC.
We still have one more.
Evram and the IYSC played a pivotal role in the prosecution of Assange and importantly in the building of this rally. Our campus clubs around the country have held numerous speak-outs, meetings and discussions with literally thousands of students, explaining the significance of Assange's exposure of war crimes and state intrigues, his implacable commitment to democratic rights, and the immense relevance of this to the lives of this generation of youth. I'd like you to welcome Evram.
Who is he? Evram?
On behalf of the IYSC, I would especially like to thank the students and young people that have taken a stand and joined this rally. The criminal decision by the Trump administration to detain Chelsea Manning on Friday makes clear the importance of this protest. In 2019, the government of the most powerful imperialist country is detaining a whistleblower to coerce her into testifying against the journalist and publisher Jullian Assange.
Shame.
This is the cutting edge of attempts by governments and the corporate elite to abolish free speech, censor the internet, and suppress the mass anti-war sentiment that exists, particularly among young people. Our international movement and its youth section, the IYSC, will not accept the renewed attack on Manning or the attempts to prosecute Jullian Assange. We will mount a campaign at universities, at TAFEs, and at high school campuses across the country and internationally to demand the immediate release of Manning and freedom for Assange. Manning's courageous actions in 2010 and today are the highest expression of a political radicalization of millions of students and young people around the world. She joined the army and was sent to Iraq in 2009. Witnessing the atrocities of the illegal US-led occupation, she took it upon herself to reveal to the world the horrors of the predatory wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and the daily diplomatic intrigues of the imperialist powers all over the world. Her decision to take action expressed the hostility of masses of people around the world to criminal wars for oil, for resources, and for geostrategic dominance. Manning's refusal to cooperate with the grand jury witch hunt of Assange and WikiLeaks over the past week also has a broader significance. She is giving voice to the intense opposition of the working class and young people to the turn of governments everywhere to authoritarianism and dictatorship. Governments that represent a parasitic financial elite and that are preparing more wars and military disasters. It is up to us now to show the same determination and fight that Manning has displayed. Everywhere, the call must go out. Hands off Chelsea Manning. Free Jullian Assange.
It's a drum?
The detention of Manning has demonstrated once again that the US-led vendetta against Jullian Assange is aimed at
bringing alcohol,
as a
isn't
journalist
it?
and publisher and shutting down WikiLeaks.
He wants to talk to the microphone.
One of the key reasons they're persecuting Assange is because they know how much WikiLeaks has done to educate an entire generation of workers and young people. We've seen this in our own campaigns. Young people from all corners of the globe have learned about the wars, surveillance, and diplomatic intrigues of the major powers through WikiLeaks. As one Victoria University IYSC member, originally from Afghanistan, said, quote, "Assange is not just a person, he is our voice. He is the words that we want to say. We all are responsible. What he did for us was to let us know the truths that were hidden from us. Now it is our responsibility to support him. Australian governments, no less than their American counterparts, want this process of political education to end. They want young people to be ignorant and deprived of the truth about what is really going on. That's why successive governments, beginning with the Gillard Labor government, have joined the attacks on Assange. They don't want young people and students to know that senior Labor MPs, including Bill Shorten, are protected sources of the US Embassy, that is, spies for the US government. They don't want young people to know about the brutality and criminality of Australian SAS troops in Afghanistan, who are implicated in extrajudicial killings, torture, and the desecration of corpses. They don't want us to learn about Australia's integration into a massive US-led military build-up in the Asia-Pacific region in preparation for war with China. And they don't want young people alerted to the fact that the Australian intelligence agencies are working with the US National Security Agency to monitor all of our communications. But it is not just Australian governments that have lined up against Assange. A whole host of organisations that once claimed to defend him, from the Australian press to the trade unions, the Greens, and the pseudo-left, have all abandoned Assange. This can only be understood as a class response. At the beginning of 2011, workers and youth were propelled into struggles to topple the Ben Ali government in Tunisia and the Mubarak regime in Egypt. These revolutionary movements were sparked in part by cables and documents published by WikiLeaks revealing government corruption, intimate ties with the US state and intelligence agencies, torture, and the government's pillaging from the population. The fake left, the unions and the Greens, representing the privileged layers of the upper middle class, watched in horror as hundreds of thousands of workers and youth engaged in a political struggle. They saw the propulsion of masses of workers and youth into struggle by the publication of leaked documents by WikiLeaks as an existential threat to the social order upon which their wealth and privileges are based. They responded accordingly, dispensing with the opposition to war they once professed, and throwing Assange to the wolves. They have the same desire as the ruling elite, that is, an end to the WikiLeaks model of truthful and honest journalism, conducted outside the control of the corporations and official political and media establishment. But while these organizations have made their peace with imperialist war and repression, millions of workers and young people are entering into struggle against militarism, authoritarianism, the destruction of the environment, and social inequality. This is the social force that will defend democratic rights. It is in the working class that we must build the mass movement that will secure the freedom of Jullian Assange, Chelsea Manning, and all persecuted journalists and whistleblowers.
Looks like we're just going to make the weather. In our June rally last year, the Socialist Equality Party pledged that this was not going to be a one-off event. And as James said when he spoke, we aren't just holding a couple of protests. We've kept our word. Not only have we carried out this event, but we've maintained a steady stream of analysis and articles on the World Socialist website about developments relating to Jullian Assange and WikiLeaks in collaboration with the sections of our party around the world. We're calling on everyone here today to take in widening this struggle, and I want to mention 4 ways in which this can be done. Firstly, we want you to spread the word. We have to spread reportage of this rally and the World Socialist website articles on WikiLeaks and social email updates to family and friends, resolutions at workplaces and universities and schools, demanding that the Morrison government frees Assange. Secondly, we have writers from the World Socialist website who are going to be positioned at the bookstore who are ready and waiting to interview you. We found on the World Socialist website that when ordinary it gains traction, and we urge you to participate in the rally in that manner. Thirdly, I would urge everyone here to donate to the Socialist Equality Party's ongoing and developing campaign to free Assange. We urgently need funds to finance both this and further events in the future. I have here one of the items you can do that by, and that is the free Jullian Assange t-shirts, which are located back at the on top of the bookstore. These are selling for $15. We also have literature on Jullian Assange, which contain many of the articles written on the World Socialist website. These can be purchased for $5 singularly or $8 for 2 of them. And there is other literature at the table which I would urge you to purchase. Finally, we urge you to join the Socialist Equality Party's 2019 federal election campaign. Jullian Assange and the freedom of Jullian Assange and Chelsea Manning will be at the centre of this, as will a campaign to unify the working class against war. In concluding, I want to sincerely thank all of you for participating in this important event. We send our solidarity and support to the Jullian Assange Defence Committee, to everyone fighting for democratic rights, social equality, and to Chelsea Manning, and above all, to Jullian Assange himself. Thank you.
Okay, I will follow you. Move.
Okay, did you have fun?
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, we're gonna go home now.
We're going home now.
So do anything, honey?
Yeah, I need to buy some pants for my work. For work.
Oh yes, we're gonna buy some clothes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you.